So how many times have you heard a manager, after winning a trophy, thanking his backroom staff, saying how important they were? Well, today we're going to learn all about your backroom staff. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to my Football Manager 22 tutorial on the backroom coaching staff, scouts, medical teams, all that sort of stuff. We're going to go through and hopefully you're going to learn something. Now, if you are new to the channel, make sure you are subscribing. If you find this helpful or useful or in any way entertaining, make sure you hit thumbs up so it helps other people find it in the YouTube algorithm. But we'll start off with, obviously, this is the staff tab here, and this is the screen that it will bring you to. This is a general overview of your first team staff. So you can see there, well, we've got 2 vacancies. They are performance analysts. This is just a Sydney FC game I had going, but we actually have more coaches than we're supposed to. I think the board actually cut back my coaches. Again, likewise, we have more scouts than we should, but we are able to get a technical director and a recruitment analyst. So it gives you basically a rundown of the staff positions and how you are filling up the allocation of staff. So you can see here, just because we're 2 coaches over, it doesn't mean that we're at our staff limit. We can get the 2 performance analysts. The issue we're going to have is actually getting coaches new contracts, but that's beside the point. So if that's just your first team staff, if you want to have a look at everybody including youth team, you would go there to overview, and that'll bring you down to everything, the owners, and it's basically everybody at the club. So that is how you get the overview, and it does have the coaching qualifications down there as well, which is good. What you would want to do, obviously, is have everybody get a Continental Pro license. Now, the way you would do that, if you right-click on the name, can we do, actually, I'm not sure if we can do it from this screen. There we go there. So send on coaching course. That's how you would do that. And yeah, ask the board and they'll either allow it or they won't. But that's how you would ask for it. So that is the overview screen. Now, staff responsibilities. It's a little bit tedious, but I always find if you set it up once, then you don't need to do it again. Now, typically speaking, anything that is the board, you're not going to have any say over. That's basically the running of the club. So you're not going to have any say over that. The staff, this is where you can make some impact. So it's up to a personal preference, how in depth you want to and how involved you want to be. But if you go down here, it'll tell you obviously the position and or the, what's the word? The thing and what that thing is. And if you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to delegate it, you can click delegate. It'll give it to somebody else. You can choose who it is you want to take over that position. Or obviously, if you want to do it yourself, then that's what you would do. So, yeah, like I say, it's definitely tedious. But if you do it once, then you don't have to necessarily do it again. So that is what you'd have to do. Is if you change in the coaching staff, you might just want to make sure that it's still how you want things. But yeah, this is, and then you would just go down through all the things here. Now, what I would say is, I don't necessarily like to be involved in setting up the training schedules and the scouting networks, all that kind of stuff. But I do like to keep myself up to date on things. So recruitment meetings, it'll give you an idea there. And I obviously haven't set this up, have I? But so we'll let our chief scout give us the recruitment, provide scouting feedback. Again, we'll let the chief scout do that. It does give you an idea of who is the best player to do it. So we'll go with the the head of youth development. And again, you can sort of go down and not for every position, obviously, but it'll give you an idea of who is the best manager, the best coach to or backroom staff member to give you the advice. So that's how you do. You can see the frequency of staff meetings as well. They can be a little bit tedious, but I'm not convinced about the staff meetings, to be honest, but I wish there was a way, because I don't necessarily want to have an under-18s performance analysis. I wish I could just dismiss that. I don't care, but it is what it is. If you go down to scouting, again, I've done a separate scouting tutorial, so if you want to have a look at that, that'll give you a bigger idea. But I basically like to be involved in the meetings, run the meetings, but I like to let the chief scout sort of handle everything else for me. Transfers and contracts, again, I like to be involved in everything, but there's obviously the option not to be. And one thing I would suggest as well is when you're offering a player out on loan, if they're not playing them, make them pay the wages, the other club. That's just the thing that I have where, you know, if you want my player on loan, fantastic. But if you're not going to play him, then you can pay him. But that's just me. Media, I'm going to do a separate tutorial on press conferences. They're in the game for a reason. I know they're tedious and they're boring. Do them. Just do them. They do make a big impact on the games. So just, again, I'll keep an eye out for that tutorial. I'll make sure I've get that done sooner rather than later. Training, again, I actually don't like doing this so much. But there we go. And again, just make sure you're getting that email just to let you know exactly how things are getting on. Tactics, again, I don't necessarily do the opposition instructions. I like to have I like to get an assistant manager that is very, very sound tactically to do that. I'll show you again the attributes in just a second. But yeah, that's something that I prefer to do. And then obviously the youth teams, I don't have any involvement in the running of them. And then the match, touchline instructions. That's the shouts, basically. Leads team talks. Again, I do recommend you do that. And the friendly games, I actually don't like taking the friendly, so we'll leave that to the assistant. But anyway, basically, it's all there. It tells you what it is, and you've just got to either decide if you want to do it or if you want to delegate to somebody else. And that's how you do the responsibilities. Once it's done, it's done. You don't have to worry about it again. If you want to find staff, now, what is really, really good, I find, with the new staff thing is that it will basically tell you what attributes the staff need. So if we go to coaches, so it'll tell you what attributes they need to hold a certain position. So there's no need to go through and know what all the attributes are and what they mean, because it doesn't necessarily matter, because you just need to, whatever position you want them to be in. So if you want a goalkeeping coach, you've just got to make sure that they have the right attributes for it to be a goalkeeping coach. So that's basically all that there is to it. And it's not just coaching either. Let's go back to staff here. If you go to scouts, again, it'll tell you what you need for a good scout, and well, it's all there for you. It's just click and collect, so to speak. So that's really, really helpful and useful, and it makes it a lot easier to. It'll make this tutorial a lot shorter as well. So that is, that's how you would choose your staff member, which is, as I said, makes it much easier than it used to be when you had no idea what coaches needed to have. So staff search is where you would find new coaches. Again, you can pick the staff role that you want, and then if you go to attribute, if you're looking for an assistant manager, it'll have it there. And if you want to say up the attributes, because you can see we've got a few candidates there, you can just hit that plus and it'll put them all up, so you don't have to go down and click each one at once. And typically, if you just go down till you find the 3, and then you can sort of pick your victim, so to speak, to get the next assistant manager in. Job center is that's where you would place the ads, and job security is more if you're looking for a new job, and we can see there the jobs that are available. But that is just about the end of the staff tutorial. The game has done so much to make it easier for you than it used to be. It'll show you here where you rate in the league. So we do have the best, well, pretty much the best of everything apart from the medical stuff there, where we have the second best physio. Yeah, the game makes it much easier than it used to be. All the information is there for you. You just need to know where to find it, basically. Yeah, and if you want to have a look at your staff, you can see down here as well for the youth teams, and you can do the same thing there, and you can see exactly what you have, what you can get, and it's all very useful information for you. And there's the board as well. So that's it for today. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. If you want to see more tutorials, make sure you are ringing the notification bell. We have a Let's Play with Queen's Park Rangers. There'll be Queen's Park Rangers, no, with Queen of the South. There'll be a whole lot more stuff going on throughout FM22 and lots of other stuff on the channel as well. So it would be great to have you subscribed up and watching again. But until next time, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.